Okay, so the next story is titled Never Approach Your Own Voice.
Okay, noted.
Yeah, no, Jesse, write that down. Come here, girl. The same line I used to tell my dog to greet me home after a long day of school. That same comforting and warm line suddenly became one I disdained as I heard my voice from the attic calling out, "Come here, girl."
What the hell? No.
Yeah. I've never been the one that believes in the supernatural and unexplained, so I just thought it was someone near our house that had a similar voice, and I paid no mind to it afterwards. Until my roommate asked me why I was playing with Bella in the middle of the night. I froze. It wasn't a dream, it was real. It had to make sense by the law of something, right? I kept muttering as my roommate told me to forget it, and everything would be alright. God, I wished he was right. The days after that, I couldn't sleep, I lost my appetite, and skipped all of my classes. All I could do was rationalize the situation. It stopped calling out my dog as it started to copy my muttering. I could tell it was my voice, but something was just off about it. Sometimes it was exactly the same, others it was in slow motion, and sometimes even in different octaves.
Literally an
I got
SW.
goosebumps.
That is an SW.
Right? But it always did do something. It always laughed after mimicking me.
Stop.
Its laugh sounded like a twisted version of me crying.
I just got chills.
I keep getting goosebumps. I was reading this for the first time and I was like,
kidding me?
what the fuck? Absolutely.
That is scary.
I can't talk about it. But we're gonna keep talking about it. Today the voice stopped and it told me something. It didn't taunt me or torture me. It just told me to come closer.
Nope.
It took my voice again and repeated, "Don't be afraid, champ. Come here." It kept saying it over and over again, but this time it sounded inviting. It made me calm, so I finally unlocked the door and climbed up.
Oh my god.
What I saw chilled me to my core.
What? What?
What?
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Standing there before me was this creature that vaguely resembled a human. I could tell it wasn't only mimicking me, but also trying to become me. It had my body size and skin color right to the bone, but its flesh did not shift yet.
What?
It had open flesh wounds over its body. It looked very malnourished, but the most horrifying was its neck. The neck wasn't like any human or mammal neck. It had gills. As I stood there in shock, it opened its mouth and the gills flapped and moved as it said, "Come here. Good girl." I left running and didn't look back. I left all my stuff and dropped out of college.
This was in her apartment?
All these sounds were coming from her attic.
Her attic?
So
in a house?
whatever it was calling to her, it was coming from like up in the attic.
Heck no.
And she was trying to ignore it, but then once it was like inviting, she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna crawl up there now and see."
Oh my god.
And that's what was seen. I left running and didn't look back. I left all my stuff and dropped out of college. I've never heard it since and have had a pretty good life after that. Got married and had a beautiful baby girl. I had completely forgotten about that day until today at breakfast, and my daughter asked me, "Daddy, why did you talk so funny last night?" Or no, my daughter asked me, "Daddy, why did you talk so funny at night?" I was confused at first until it hit me. That thing has found me and it has come to finish its job.
Oh no.
It's now on the other side of this door. I'm writing this with tears in my eyes, alone, locked it in my bathroom. The knocking has turned to pounding. I'm scared and terrified. I beg you, if you ever hear your own voice, pray as it has sure as hell heard you.
What the heck?
Isn't that weird?
I'm like shook.
Yeah.
Wait, so what happened?
I think it's a guy actually.
Are they good? Oh, it's a guy.
So
okay.
someone commented, they said, "In my culture, we were always told that if you hear a voice calling to you or calling your name, never answer it." And then they said, someone asked like, "Oh, why? Like, what does that mean?" They said, "We were taught that there is a burden to your name, which is your whole basic identity, living, and spirituality. So if something, usually in the form of a deceased family member, is calling you, whatever it is trying to latch onto your soul, whether to consume it or you.
Oh my gosh.
If you answer it, you're giving it permission to enter.
Oh.
If that ever becomes the case, we perform a name-changing ceremony, and you're to never answer to your old name again, concealing your soul in a way."
Damn.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
I was like stuttering in it because it's just so, it has me shook. You know?
Dude, what the heck?
That's terrifying.
Imagine that happening to you.
No, no thanks.
But the fact that like they said that they were writing this as it was happening, like
Yeah.
as that thing was, what do you think that was?
Dude, I don't know.
Because initially I was like, oh, okay, it sounds like an SW.
Yeah. But then
But,
as it
like,
gets more into it, it sounds like something demonic.
I was like, yeah,
you
it's a
know?
little more.
But I'm like, the fact that it was first calling out to your dog, like, come here, girl.
Mm-hmm.
And then your roommate heard that and they were like, why are you playing with your dog
In the middle of the
in
night.
the middle of the night?
Yeah.
And that wasn't you. But your roommate clearly heard, like, the voice. Like, thinking it was you. Like, not thinking
Like
anything of
100%,
it.
yeah.